The movie opens with a scene that shows a Bible verse. God created man in his own image, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the sixth day. In the near future, advanced technologies have made people's lives easier. Among these breakthroughs is cloning, which is carried out on every living thing from cattle to fish, and even a family pet. However, a law called Sixth Day has been passed that prohibits human cloning ever since an experiment failed in an attempt to do so. Adam Gibson wakes up on his birthday with his lovely wife, Natalie. Adam's daughter, Clara, informs him that she wants a simpal, a lifelike, life-size doll that looks and acts almost human. After that, Adam meets with his coworker, Hank Morgan, to head to their office. On their way, they talk about Adam's surprise party Natalie's throwing. Arriving at his helicopter piloting business, he and his coworker Hank learn that they have to transport replacement technology CEO Michael Drucker. Oddly, the CEO's staff requires the pilot to sign several forms, as well as a small blood test and an eye screening before the flight can be undertaken. Bemused, the pilots submit to the tests. Adam's wife calls with the news that the dog was so ill it had to be put down. She begs him to get a repet for their daughter, as imagine how sad she would be if she learned about the loss of the dog. But Adam doesn't commit. Repet, an animal cloning service, is owned by the multinational corporation Replacement Technologies. Adam says don't trust clones, and thinks that his daughter should just learn to accept that death is a part of life, rather than being cushioned from it. Drucker has specifically asked for Adam to fly him due to his reputation, but ambitious Hank begs to be the big man this one time and tells him to go repet, and Adam agrees. Afterwards, Hanks introduces himself to Drucker as Adam Gibson and goes on to fly Drucker. Unfortunately, their landing atop a snowy mountain is met by a fundamentalist who believes that cloning is immoral and Drucker must die. Shortly, the fundamentalist kills the party in the helicopter, including Hank. Adam awakens confused in a cab that he doesn't remember entering. He assumes he fell asleep and directs the cab to the repet center so he can find out about cloning the dog. A salesman approaches him, saying he still hasn't made up his mind, and explains to him that nothing would change about the dog and that they can even alter his physical characteristics to match his liking. After hearing the sales pitch, he becomes convinced and is about to order the dog when he sees the Simpal shop across from him. Adam is disoriented and decides to get the Simpal for his daughter instead. On the way to his house, he tries calling Hank, but it keeps going to voicemail, so he leaves him a message to come to his house. Shortly after, Adam returns home, and as he tries to come up with a way to comfort his daughter about the dog's death, the dog suddenly appears before him, leading him to think that his wife Natalie got the dog cloned. Adam is about to open his front door when he sees through the window a surprise birthday party, starring a man who looks just like him, with his family and friends. Before he has a chance to find out what's happening, he's grabbed by a couple of thugs named Vincent and Talia, who at first lightly ask him to come with them, saying there's been a sixth-day law violation. But when he declines and tries to get in the house, Talia tases him. Vincent wants to shoot him while he's down, but Talia instructs him not to do it here. As they're dragging him to the car, Adam gains consciousness and manages to get away by using their taser against them. Afterwards, another thug, Wiley, along with their boss Robert Marshall, come out of the car, and Wiley starts to shoot at Adam. Moments later, Adam takes his Cadillac from his house garage and tries to escape when Talia suddenly jumps in his car through the window. He gets in a car chase and eventually loses the thug. During that time, he overpowers Talia in the car, forcing her to tell him why they're after him. She tells him that she's hired to kill him because both clones cannot exist together, and warns him if his family sees the two, they will also be in danger. Moments later, the thugs get to him, and when trying to shoot Adam, Wiley accidentally kills Talia. Not long after, Wiley also dies. The chase continues until Adam drives his car off a cliff into a river, where he escapes on foot and loses them. Robert orders Vincent to get the two bodies and take them to the lab. Dozens of people are protesting at the Dr. Weir clinic. Dr. Weir works for Michael Drucker and specializes in human organ cloning. The protesters claim it's the same thing as human cloning, and the reporters keep trying to get a story out of it. Meanwhile, Adam rushes to the police station to file a report when the officer tells him he already made a completely different report earlier. Adam realizes it was the other clone and explains to the confused officer. Then, the officer tells them to sit in a room and wait until they have some news. The thugs are actually working for Drucker, and at the lab, Talia and Wiley are being cloned with all of their memories inserted back into their brains, making them the same person as their dead selves. Adam is impatient and tries to open the door, but it's locked. When he looks through the blinders, he sees Drucker's men outside and on their way to his room. They claim to be from a medical facility and here to take Adam as he's mentally ill. But Adam finds another way out and calmly walks past the police outside. To his surprise, he finds Wiley standing outside, but quickly manages to snap his neck silently, causing him to die again. The men find Wiley and play it off like he's knocked out to the police. Adam then heads to Hank's condo, where Hank is being entertained by his virtual girlfriend. Hank says he's sorry he missed the birthday party, insisting that the time just passed by and he doesn't know what happened, which shows that he's a clone, as the real Hank was shot and killed. Hank is confused and asks him what's going on, so they go to Adam's house to show him his clone. While hiding in the bushes, they see the clone trying to fix the wrecked garage from earlier. Although Hank is convinced, he's still not sure about which is the real one, so Adam decides to show him a cut on his neck that he got when shaving. After that, Adam walks up behind the clone to shoot him, but hesitates and gets back to his hiding spot. Moments later, Natalie appears, and the two start kissing. All of a sudden, Clara shows up behind Adam and Hank, saying she couldn't sleep, so he takes her back to her bed. After Adam puts his daughter to sleep, Drucker's men approach the front door knocking. Adam opens the door, pretending to be his other lookalike, and asks of their identity. Robert then shows him a badge to confirm, and the dog starts barking at Robert. The clone and Natalie hear this, and he decides to go check it out. Robert's convinced and leaves the house, and the duo hide to avoid meeting the clone. After that, the duo goes back to Hank's condo to plan out their next move. However, they're interrupted by the fundamentalist, who killed the original Hank along with Drucker, and proceeds to shoot and kill the cloned Hank as well. While the man and Adam are fighting, he accidentally shoots himself and runs away to the parking lot. Shortly after, when trying to escape in his car, his wound worsens and he loses control, causing him to crash. Adam quickly gets him out and confronts him. The man accuses the clones of being abominations of God, and reveals to Adam that the real Hank died way before. He further states that Drucker too has been cloned, and the man responsible is Dr. Weir. Moments later, Robert and the others show up at the scene, and the man kills himself. Afterwards, Adam creates cover for himself by shooting the pipes. He shoots Robert in the leg and rips Talia's fingers off her hands, using it to gain access to their car. All is not well within replacement technologies. Drucker is working on a US senator whose young son is dying, offering him a human clone of the boy for manipulative purposes. Dr. Griffin Ware, the inventor of cloning, is unhappily discovering the seamier side of the business. His poor wife is dying from a horrible disease, and evidently not for the first time. She begs him not to clone her again, saying that she's suffered enough. Meanwhile, Adam gets in Drucker's company, passing the secured doors using Talia's finger. After yet again being cloned in the lab, Robert and the others immediately inform Drucker that Adam's in the building. Adam eventually makes his way to the lab and finds Dr. Ware there, who under threat reveals everything about their work. He explains how they took his syncording from when he and Hank got their blood and eye tested. The syncording is an exact picture of the mind, which contains everything in a person's memory. Upon leaving, Adam takes his and Drucker's syncording with him. Concurrently, Drucker sends Vincent and Talia to kidnap and bring Adam's family to use them as leverage. During that time, the family is at school attending a play. Adam rushes to get to his family, but is too late. He's forced to ally with his clone to rescue his family. As the clone calls 911 to report, Adam approaches from behind and tells him he's tried already. The clone is stunned by what he sees, as Adam tells him that they need to get to Natalie and Glada. Moments later, Adam knocks him out as revenge for kissing his wife. After that, the two work together and devise a plan to save their family. Their plan is to create a diversion by pretending to make a swap deal between Drucker Syncording and their family, in order to gain clear access to the building and blow everything with explosives after getting their family out. Meanwhile, the Doctor discovers that Drucker has been deliberately inserting defective gene sequences into clones so that they have shorter lifespans in order to keep control of the illegal human clones. Ware wants out, but Drucker refuses. Adam and his clones' plan works as they send a helicopter to the meeting location through a remote control while they head to Drucker's company. The pair sneak, fight, and shoot their way up through the corporate building, passing by the huge tanks where human clones are grown. When Adam finally confronts Drucker, he gets shocking news. Adam turns out to be the clone, and the one he saw in the window is the original. Adam was cloned because replacement technologies wanted to cover up the attack on Drucker. Concurrently, the now original Adam successfully plants the explosives and continues to fight, eventually getting his wife and daughter to safety. Drucker is fatally wounded in one encounter and begins preparing a replacement clone. The cloned Adam shows up before it's ready, and Drucker is forced to activate it anyway. The half-completed, malformed clone is revealed to be as selfish and self-centered as the original Drucker. The Drucker still gives his all to keep the new clone alive, refusing to give up, but both die in the end. The movie concludes as Natalie and Glada are rescued without ever seeing the two Adams together, so they don't have to know what has happened. With the real Adam's permission, the clone Adam goes home and says goodbye to his wife and daughter, knowing that he'll never see them again. The real Adam waves goodbye as the clone Adam heads overseas, taking one of the company helicopters to start a branch office and a new life. And that brings us to the end of this movie recap. If you had to rate this movie recap on a scale of 1 to 10, what would your rating be? Let me know in the comment section below. And hey, if you want to check out more awesome sci-fi movie recaps, then make sure that you click that video that's on screen now. Thank you guys so much for watching all the way until the end of this video. We'd appreciate it if you subscribe to our channel, that way you can see more awesome movie recaps coming to you soon.